I'm sorry that I'm late. I feel like everything. Okay, so there's a really bad storm happening right now, and then I keep losing power. So if everything goes dark for a second, it's because I lost power again. So I am. This is Thank Me for My Cervix. My name is Shawna Marie. And today, this is a solo episode. It's just going to be me talking. I hope I went live on the right spot. Can someone tell me? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it says sick. Sick. Okay. I'm in the right spot. That's great. So today, it's going to be just me. And we're going to be talking a little bit about dating apps. I'm going to give a little bit of my advice. We're going to talk a little bit about you guys sent me in so many questions, and we're definitely going to go over those too. You're live. Okay, good. And I'm live on Thank Me for My Cervix, I hope. Michelle, is there a request to be? Mom, you want to join my live? I mean, I don't care. You can join my live. No. The storm is bad. I think the power just flickered, though. I think there's like a tree. See, I'm sorry. Mom, you want to join my... No, my mom's trying to join the live. I don't think my power is like all the way back on. Okay. Natural lighting it is. That's fine. So... I think there's like a tree that's hitting a power line and it's making it like go in and out. So anyway, oh my gosh. So that's kind of the night that we're having. That's why I was late. Plus Moose was like begging to come in the room because she hates thunderstorms. So, all right. So yeah, we're going to get started. I have like a whole thing of notes. And Mom, you can join me at the end if you want to come on. Seriously, I'm down for that. Let me go through this whole thing that I've written out, and then I can have you join. Hold on, wait. I don't think my comment. You better be like not messing up. You better stop. Stop. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. I hope, like, I have a whole thing of notes. I actually have some tips, too. Like, I put, like, it to numbers, and it's clever. I think it's clever. So, we're going to talk about everything online dating, from creating the bio to, like, picture selections, all of that stuff. Because the amount of weird stuff that I see on the dating apps, I'll get to that, though. So, if you're not new to the podcast and you've heard Howdy Babe is another episode that I did on DMing. I hate that. Of course, this would be happening while I'm trying to go live. Actually, no, it's happening a little bit earlier too, and I thought that I was going to have to cancel the live. And I was like, oh no, it's fine now, but I guess it's not that fine yet. Howdy Babe is an episode that I did on specifically sliding in on DMs, and this episode is going to be more about like the dating like aspect. So we're going to start with like specifically tips so all these tips I'm going to give are going to be gender neutral. I know, my lights. I'm sorry. Hopefully it just keeps flickering or just stops flickering. And so also before we start, just a few, I don't think you need any assistance learning how to do that at all. We're going to, all of this, I'm not professional by any means. I wish that would stop happening because it throws me off of what I'm talking about. What the heck? Oh, I think it's my dog. Okay. So we're going to start. These are all my, this is just like my experiences, what I believe. This could differ. It's just going to be, this is just what my opinion is and what I think is helpful. So, stop. There's a hurricane or a tornado, high winds. So that's what that's about. All right. oh yeah, this is going to be not gender specific either. Like this can apply to men and women because I see it on both. So I do have my dating app settings to both males and females. That is my dating preference, but I also think that friendship is like the very most important part of a relationship. So I do have all my dating app settings to friendships because I think that any relationship, that's the good base of it. So I see men and women doing these things. And so you may hear me say he or him, but it's just, these can be applied to, I do have candles. It hasn't like gone off for like longer than a flicker. So, but I do have candles if I need them. Thank you for the concern. So we're going to start with pictures because all dating apps are basically you're swiping on someone's looks. And which is why if you don't look like a serial killer or like a stalker, I'm probably going to match because I'm truly looking for friends, and I don't think that you can know somebody purely based on pictures. But here is a few tips for pictures that I think that is like across the board, everyone should, how to get hot chicks to slide in your DMs. Okay, we can hit that. So 4 tips for pictures on dating apps. The first one is, I wrote little clever ways to remember it too. 1, you should be the one. That's how you remember 1. No group photos as your first photo. Don't do that because if the majority of the group is like that, if you're bringing up the average or the average is not, you don't want them to question which one's you right off the bat, right? You don't want that. No, you don't want that. So make sure your first picture is just you. That's the first one. That's the first rule. The second rule, oh wait, what else did I write? Oh yeah. Like, no group photos. If your friend group, like, if your group of friends say make you look significantly shorter in that photo or whatever, women like, I'm sorry, this applies more to guys. No, for women too. Let's say the angle's bad for you, right? And you look a little thick and maybe not the best kind of thick. And then your best friend Stacy is looking fine. So then they scroll down and they see that, oh damn, you're not Stacy. And now they're like, they didn't even really give you a chance because they saw Stacy's fine ass. And that now, that bad angle photo. You see what I'm saying? The same for guys. So if a guy is like, say that photo is taken from an angle, like you're sitting down and there's someone super tall who's fine and sexy, and then they scroll and they see that you're not tall, fine, and sexy, but they didn't even look to see. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's rule number 1. No group photos. Rule number 2. You need to have someone take your photo. And it should be candid. Like, I know it's weird, but be like, ask a buddy and be like, hey, I want to meet someone on a dating app for real. And I I think I talk about this in a different rule, but, oh no, it says rule number 2. No selfies. No selfies. You have to have someone take a photo. You should not be, you should limit your selfies because sometimes you can get your best angle and that's fine. I get it. Yeah. Post your selfie. No filters. That's number 4. No filters is number 4. We're skipping around because we're getting to all of them. Be you, and filters, they're not it. They're not it. If I see a filter, boy or girl, half the time I'm like, no, fake. I don't care. And it's not even like, it's like the goofy ones even. I'm like, why are you posting that as one of your photos? I feel like I just have a sneeze coming on. I don't understand that. So no filters is number 4. And number 2 is, candid photos. And I think like in your element, like go somewhere comfortable that you're like genuinely happy and have someone take a photo, because those are like the best photos, and that's what I think is more alluring to people. So that's number 2. You need to have someone take a photo. No selfies. Number 3, at least 3 photos. At least 3 photos. Because sometimes if I'm swiping, or even if I'm just like looking, this is for anything, really. You should have more than just 3 photos of yourself. If you're not proud of the way that you look or whatever, then work on yourself and get to that point. But if you're like, I'm ready to date and I am about this, like, you need to have pictures of what you look like. And at least 3. And so my selfie rule is never have more than half of your pictures be selfies. Okay, so like, do I have a filter on right now, or is this my face? I feel like there's a filter on there. What was I saying? I'm sorry. Oh, less than 50% of your photos. So if you have 3 photos, only 1 can be a selfie. Sorry, it's a rule. And a no filtered selfie. I made the rules. We don't have to enforce them, but I just think it's a good rule. And yeah, so number 4 is no filters. Those are the 4 rules. So quick recap. 1, you should be the one. No group photos. 2, you need to have someone take a photo. No selfies. Or I love the balloons with the peace sign. It's my favorite. And yeah, the 50-50 ratio, less than 50% can be selfies. And at least 3 for number 3, and 4, no filters. Be you. Full body shot. Okay. Yeah, hey, we're making these rules. We can add to them as we go. I'm cool with it. We'll add. So we're saying full, yeah, okay. Oh, there's more. I wrote more. Oh, okay. I cover that kind of in picture pluses. So these are, we're not talking only about the bad. We're going to help you guys out. I'm going to see if my light works now, because it stopped flickering. So maybe we got some regular. Whoa, that's what I look like? Let's turn that down a little bit, We don't need to see like all of me. Okay. So pluses. I feel like we have to talk about pluses too. Dogs, animals in general. Preferably your dog. Don't like borrow your neighbor's dog. That is kind of weird, because I have been like, oh my god, like if I message first, and thank you. If I message first and I'm like, it's usually about someone's dog. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm like, oh, that's a cute ass dog, and they're like, oh, it's my buddy's dog, and I'm like, why did you borrow your buddy's dog for a picture? I don't know, but I guess it's still a cute dog, and I talked to him. So if your goal is just to talk, I guess that's the win. So I put a note saying not fish. Limit your fish photos to 1. 1. I feel and focused on how you look holding the fish, because I'm telling you right now, most girls don't care how that fish looks, unless you're looking for a girl who cares about that fish. Actually, see, is this helpful? Yeah, it's helpful. I'm just saying, as a woman who's not super into fish, I don't need to see 20 pictures of the same fish. Okay, yes, full body shot. I put limit shirtless pics for a couple reasons. And this is for women too. Although if you look at I think I have a lot of bikini photos. To be fair, I'm in a bikini a lot. I live in North Carolina. Like, if you see me in real life, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be in a bikini. Like, that's not unrealistic. But like flexing, like shirtless, like gym ones, you can have some. That's fine. Limit them. Girls, and I know, how do I even go about talking about this? Hold on. I don't want to like hurt any. Okay. We can't, like, don't deceive with angles. And I know it's so hard, because it's so, like, that's, like, I do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't, there's an angle where I'm not going to look like I have a booty. And I'm like a couple, there's actually only like a few angles in which I can stand that you're like, oh, okay, girl, go ahead. Yeah. So like, and that's what I'm going to post, right? I'm not gonna like post my bad angles, but, don't hide your bodies because you're not societally, you want to be you. And regardless of your size, someone's going to think you're beautiful. I promise you. And mostly, probably for who you are, if you're a good person. Be a good person, and there will be somebody who cares for you. I promise. I'm going to read some of these comments. Hold on. Amen on full body shot. I have a friend that loves fishing. She goes solo all the time. So, okay, see? I'm glad that you, like, that's what I said too. Like, it's absolutely, like, if a girl who's into fishing and you catch some cool stuff, like, she's gonna dig that. Like, ignore my fishing comment. But if you're looking for not someone that's super into fishing and your fish aren't that impressive, maybe, limit the fish pics. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, catfishing. Yeah, I agree. That's why, like, I said, like, limit the shirtless flexing pics. Also, so on an episode with Jamie, if you guys have been, that was, like, way back. Oh, my gosh. I don't even remember the name of that episode, but it was, like, forever ago. We talked about how, like, guys look, maybe I was, like, an Instagram story. Guys look better. She says that you're not allowed to wear stringers because they look bad, but it's sexier when you can see how big a guy is through his shirt. So if you're like a big dude and you're proud of that, you don't have to take your shirt off to show it. Like, I feel like it's even sexier with your clothes on if you can tell he's a fit and in shape dude, if that makes sense. Okay, so you gotta look something like your pictures. Okay, yeah, that goes back to 4. It's filters too. It's like this unrealistic expectation. You can edit photos, and there's like this unperceived need to like be perfect, and it's kind of sucks. Because I wish people could just feel like they could put themselves out there for how they are, and just be like, this is me, and then people will accept that. And if that's not their thing, then go about their way. And then, yeah. So I already talked about this a little bit, but candid photos. Go somewhere you love, do something you love, and get someone that you love to take a photo of you. Because candid photos are like the best. I think that, like, if I can see genuine happiness, like when someone's working on a vehicle or something, like I can tell that they're genuinely happy. And I like that. Okay, I was writing some of this earlier, and I can tell that I was like, my brain was going too fast and my hands were not writing fast enough. So we're going to talk a little bit about bios. These are like we're going to go with goods first. And if you're here and you're like specifically on dating apps, you can tell me too some like pros that you like, and I'll read them out loud for the podcast too. So some goods are, I said, like, be genuine and honest. I do respect someone who's like, I am not in a place to take a serious relationship on, and I'm not looking for anything long term. I can respect that type of honesty. I'm not with it. That's not the kind of energy. I'm not looking for someone to take my energy for a couple of days and then like be on their way. And that's why I have all my settings, like I said, to friends, because I want to be a friend first, So, I think that type of honesty is good. I'm always for that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, if that's what he wants, that's cool. It's just not also what I'm looking for. Or, what I would put in my bio. But that type of, like, I prefer that over somebody who's like, looking for my wifey, but really they're just like looking for a hookup, which don't put looking for a wifey in your bio. Like, ew. I don't like that. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe some girls see that and they're like, oh, I want to be his wifey. I don't know. Okay. Oh, bios that I do like. I've seen this a couple times. I thought it was cute. They actually like list off their pros and cons. I think that shows like some of them they're really clever, and it shows like self-awareness, and it shows that they can kind of find humor in it, but also by acknowledging something they could be working on it. So I think that's awesome. Found my what? Okay, and then I have a couple of icks, and this can go for both. We'll cover some both, but if you're listening and you have some more bio goods, comment them so I can read them. And then so some icks. This actually was a comment. Oh, and I need to get my other phone. Where is it? You guys commented. I have a lot of responses that we're going to go through too, but someone said an ick was not when in their bio it says here for a good time, not a long time. That implies I don't know. I guess that kind of is like being honest, but it's like ugh, just a better way to say that. I just feel like there's a better way to, if that's what you're implying. But it's in so many bios, especially in like military areas, I guess. Stop doing that. Stop doing here for a good time, not a long time. No, stop. So, that's actually all I had wrote down for X right now. But I thought, hold on, I'm going to look through some of these comments real fast, or some of the things people sent me real fast. Okay. When a guy is being too nice. Some of these I don't. Oh, okay. And then when I don't acknowledge them, they call me a fat bitch. And I feel like, okay, we can talk about this. If you matched with me on a dating app and you have not come to Instagram, you wouldn't be watching this, but I feel like I am terrible about responding everywhere else. I'm honestly terrible about here too, but I try my best to at least be interactive with people who are active with me, because I try to be a light and a presence in real life, and I try to reflect that, through the podcast, through Instagram and stuff, but it's hard to constantly be responding back to people. And I will admit, being a mother takes up a lot of my energy right now, and that's kind of where my focus goes. And so sometimes, and we've talked about this before on DM slidings, I think we've talked about this with other people, I can't respond back to every hey, and it's not because I don't want to, but it's like I really just don't even have the time or the energy, or every how are you. But if you reach out for me for a meaningful conversation, like, I'm gonna say something. But there are cases when men will then insult you if you don't respond. Oh my gosh, I guarantee you, if we went through my Facebook messengers right now, and listen, if you've messaged me on there, I'm sorry. Like, I that's out of control. What I do at this point in time, why is my light just like doing its own thing? I go through like my likes on who liked me. Okay, so Facebook's the only dating app I have right now. I get reported for being fake on. I'm like banned from Tinder, and I'm banned from Bumble because I'm fake, or I'm not real. And it's because I don't respond. And it's not, I just like, the moment I start getting matches, I get like overwhelmed with how many messages I get. And it's like, it's all based on looks, and it's so hard. So that's why I started putting my Instagram in my bio, for that. And then Facebook has never canceled me for not being real, but luckily I think it's because I'm verified. So it's kind of like I go through my likes, people who liked me if you're on the Facebook match, and I just go through whoever liked me and make sure if they look like a kind of a nice person and I don't think that they're going to kill me, and they haven't given me any crazy red flags, then I'll match. And then I don't check my messages because they're out of control. So sometimes when I'm in bed late at night, that's like the only time I'll kind of go through them sometimes. Oh, you guys, they're on this phone, so I can't even like read some of them to you, but I screenshot them sometimes if they're like really crazy. But I'll go through at night sometimes, and I'll respond back or see some of them, and some guys will be so mean because I didn't respond. And I understand the frustration, because it's like you've matched with someone who you're kind of excited about, because I can match with people I get excited about too. And then you've worked up this courage to send me a message, and then I just don't respond. And that is terrible. And I feel so bad. But to think about it from my perspective, I do get a lot of those messages. And unfortunately, a lot of those messages still are like, hey, or hi, babe, or hey, how are you? And I have to sift through those, and it's because that's not taking the time. And I covered a little bit too. So we're going to cover a little more reasons why. Sorry, there's so much that I want to cover. I'm just like, I'm trying to cover it all. Let me read some of your comments before we continue. And I'm sorry if this is like all out of order. We're just going to talk about things as I remember them, because that's how my brain works. So, okay. When a guy calls you pet names, I love that you brought that up, because I don't think I wrote that in my notes, and that's so important. You guys, stop. I talked about this in Howdy Babe. That episode, Howdy Babe, was one of my first episodes ever. And I feel like I'm already so different. Anyway. Don't call girls pet name, especially if she looks like a bad bitch. Like maybe she's a bad bitch. Don't call her baby or any. I hate pet names. I personally, like, you have to earn those names with me. And like only certain people can call me that. And I feel like a lot of women kind of feel that way now, and it's like gross when someone that you don't know thinks they have the right to call you that. So I love that you brought that up, and I agree, guys. No pet names. Maybe after the first couple of dates, talk to them about pet names prior, because I hate them, and obviously someone listening here hates it as well. Oh, excuse me. Okay. For me, anything negative is a no-go, because if something negative or pessimistic is in your bio, I love that. I'm trying to think of specific examples that I've seen. Oh my God, I've seen so many, but like, let me think. Just like, I've seen it that was like no liberals or like no conservatives, and no matter which one it is, I swipe. Because if you're so close-minded that you can't meet people based on a belief that is fluid, that when you can have conversations about things, like, it's just like, it's not a place for that yet. You can get to know somebody on a level, and then those are things that you can discuss. That's my opinion on that. But I agree. Like, anything negative, I'm like, I just don't need that energy up in here. I just don't. How do you feel about using social media for dating or meeting? I feel like we almost don't have a choice. I like social media that it keeps you really connected with people, but I think using it to date is like, dating should be in person, and when two people are ready, and I feel like it's hard. Dating apps and having the same initial combos over and over again. It is. And right, this isn't just for females. Guys are exhausted with it too, right? They're they're reaching out to us to, I mean, it depends on their intent, but I do personally know some really good guys that would like to be in a serious relationship, or would like to be, meet somebody good. And they have a hard time doing it. And, I'm sure we can all name girls like that too. And, I should drink water. Water break. Sorry, guys. Mario's cup. I don't know if Scott's watching yet, but I know he'll probably watch the replay. Mario. Oh, hydration. I swear that's water. Everyone drink some water. But, okay, yeah. I think, so that's one thing, I'll go back and talk about this. And this is why it's going to be all over. What I like about having my Instagram in my bio on dating apps, only Facebook, is because I know that they at least got enough of my energy that they were like, okay, I'm not even going to wait to see if I match with this girl. I'm just going to go find her on Instagram. And I love that energy. Like, I love that energy. Like, yes. Yes, you did. You took that time. You were like, oh, I don't care if I match with this bitch or not. I'm just going to go find her. Yes. And I love that. So, and I feel like people are like, oh, I shouldn't have to add your Instagram. Well, okay, then don't. Like, you're the one missing out, not me, you know? These allergies are kicking my butt, y'all. Okay, baby girl, sir, baby's the worst. Not a fan. I can accept beautiful. I don't like it. Do you see my eyelashes sticking? Don't call. I don't know. I guess beautiful is not bad, because they're like just acknowledging that you're beautiful. I guess we don't want to put a whole bunch of limits on things that they can't say. Because we definitely can't call them beautiful. Wait a minute. Sometimes people have said, I'm so beautiful. And I was like, thanks, you are too. Or wait, were those females? Those might have been females. No, that's men. Okay. Anyway, my eyelashes is driving me insane. Okay. I wrote down, do platforms matter? ? Do your settings matter? ? My brain goes too fast, you guys. All right, friends matching. Sometimes it doesn't matter what your settings are, and dating apps will do whatever the hell they want. Because definitely on Facebook, I feel like it matches me with, like, I love it, but because I get to meet a bunch of different people. But if they're like actually looking for love, and then they're like, oh, this girl is so perfect, and then it's me, it's like, oh, I am bad about social media and I can't pay attention long enough. I definitely am like an in-life person. That's why like dating apps are hard, especially Facebook, if I wasn't banned from all the rest of them. But Facebook really does not care about your location. It will match you with people from like, I have like people from like Canada, and I'm just like, I don't even know how this happened. So, and I have it set to friends, but it always has the heart. So ultimately, like, I've had dating apps to meet cool people, and that's what's happened. Like, I've met some really awesome men and women through dating apps, and like I said in the beginning, like, I think it's important to have that friendship first, and then, we all have stuff going on in our lives, and it's kind of figuring out where someone can fit into that, especially if you're someone who's been, like, hustling, and you're doing all these different things. And now you're ready for somebody, but you don't really need somebody, or it needs to really fit with what you have going on. And it's going to take energy to figure out if you can make it work. And your energy is already going in so many other directions. This is how I feel. I don't know how I hope people can relate to that, but it's definitely like, I feel like it's hard dating when you're happy alone. And I can relate. I can understand, because I do have friends and family members who are on the other aspect, where they want to partner so bad. They want to meet that person. and they can't, because it's so hard to meet quality people that have the same thoughts, same process even, everyone's just so vastly different. And the people who are intellectually compatible with the people who are hustling are also hustling. So we're all like in this hustling phase, and no one's really has the time to take anything like that serious, because we have so much other things going on. And I think that that's relatable on many levels. Okay, I'm going to read some of my notes real fast. Oh, look at me covering everything that I was already going to say. Okay, I also need to go through some of my questions that you guys gave me on my thing. Oh, yeah. What I do notice, though, sometimes, because I do have my thing in the bio, is like I'll go see if someone will message me, be like, oh, we matched, and they'll be like they're like not someone that I think I would match with, or like I know I didn't match with them, and then I'll like go check to see if I matched with them, and I definitely didn't, but they're like, oh, we matched on. I'm like, no, we didn't. You're lying. Okay. You hear my nose? Not here for a long time, just for a good time. I covered that. Golden Retriever vibes. Girlfriends, wait, what was it? Oh. I love Golden Retriever vibes. That's a positive for me. I don't care what anyone says. I fucking love Golden Retrievers. Okay. Y'all, I can't breathe. Alright, matching the other. So this is what frustrates men about dating apps. I got a lot of responses, so buckle down. Matching and the other person never texting back or texting first, especially on Bumble. Yeah, Bumble. What a concept. We're going to have the girls message first, but the girls are not going to message first. That's so funny. I'm banned from Bumble because I had it for like a couple of days, and I didn't message anybody, and they reported me as fake, and it got reported as fake, and then it like banned my phone number forever. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, okay. So never messaging first, or messaging back. We can talk about this a little bit, and this kind of goes into the next one too. I don't know if it's because I'm sick, but my own voice is hurting my ears. Some girls just are looking for validation and not actually serious about meeting up, which I've been accused of before too. And I feel like I don't necessarily have my Instagram or my dating app to meet up. And I do want to meet people. And, I look forward to meeting people, but it's, I'm not necessarily looking to meet up every time. And if you think that if you're not looking to meet up, that you're looking for validation, I don't think that's necessarily true either. I do think that building, a friendship first or standing out, I mean, if you're messaging someone that gets a lot of messages, and you're messaging something that she might not take the time, I don't know, just think about what they might be sifting through when reading your message. Does that make sense? Think about where... I hate Bumble too. Not because they banned me. Bumble, take me back. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like it either because I can't message. I'm not going to message you first. I actually have my Bumble settings to women, too. So they can message me first. I like that. If it looks like a copy, that's a good thing to talk about, too. And thanks for coming on. One more water break. Real quick. Yeah, messages I hate the like really cheesy, like long first date messages, like as the first thing. It's so weird. It's so weird. I think I've posted them before where it's just like, picture this, me and you, I pick you up in my broken down Chevy, or like something stupid. And then it goes on this whole thing. And then he's like, and then we accidentally burn your house down. And I'm like, bro, what? What? Why? Why are you talking about that? Whenever I would message someone, I'd mention something about their bio. Yeah, that's good advice. What I will say, tattoos is overplayed. A hot girl in tattoos, that's covered in tattoos, doesn't want to be asked about them like a million times. I know it sounds so shitty. It's like, why did you get tattoos then? But it's like, it's not something that I want to type out to somebody. That's like, you take me out on a date and you're like, okay, so tell me this about you. You know, like, it's not a good first message question, because like, why am I going to sit here and tell you about my tattoos? I don't even know you. Like, I feel like that's weird. Does it hurt is okay, I guess. 'Cause it gets asked me a lot, like, did my neck hurt? And like, it didn't, so it's kind of cool to be like, nah, it didn't hurt. Well, actually, it didn't hurt because it's like little dots, so it's like little stipplings. I mean, it really wasn't bad. So I do feel like that's not a bad starter, because I will respond. But then it starts to get so common. I feel like just stuff just gets so common. I guess you can only ask so many things until there's not things to ask. But when someone like really takes the time to get to know me, I like, that's because I have like, especially me, this isn't even every girl, I guess, but like, if you like want to date me, there's so many ways to like get to know me and then like message me. Like, it's insane. And if someone were to go through that effort and then like understand where I'm at in my life and then be like, yeah, all right, that's what I want. Like, that's what I need. And if someone isn't that crazy about me, then it's kind of like yeah, a genuine compliment. I mean, it's so like based on whoever you're trying to go after, because it just matters like who that person is, because you have to like want to know who they are. And then sometimes like, I just try to think of the messages that stand out to me. I talk about it on Howdy Babe. And I do a good job. I do, like, if you are new and you have not listened to Howdy Babe or watched it, I think I do have like a snippet. I cover about like DMs, some of my best ones. It was like when I very first started kind of doing the podcast. So super funny. And I say like some of the best ones, some of the worst ones. And I see so many, like, getting ghosted through texting is hard, because especially I am so present in my life that I need someone who can be present. Like, a relationship through a phone is hard. And I don't feel like I'm the only one that feels that way. I feel like, yeah, you have to try to show who you are through the phone. And that's what's great about social media. Like, that's one thing we can talk about real fast. Oh, I didn't even finish these questions. Oh my God, we've been talking for 40 minutes almost already. Jesus. Your social media platforms should reflect how you want to project your image and yourself. So, like, if you're single, and all your photos are your kids, that's great. But understand that that's who you're going to attract, is someone who is more like, you know, okay with that. And that's great. That's totally fine. But, social media is powerful in a sense where you can build who you are as like this image that you output. And what I like about what I've kind of built is, I think I've kind of allowed people to feel that they can be them complete selves. And like, it's okay to be anxious or like kind of crazy or do things that you want to do. Even if people think that maybe you're kind of lame and shouldn't. And, you know, I am just really grateful for what I have here doing, and I'm just super happy. I'm gonna like go through these last bit of questions real fast. The constant cycle of having to convince a complete stranger you're not trying to fuck them. I read that earlier. Oh, like, okay, wait, like, fuck them. Like, actually have, or do you mean, like, screw them over? Either way, we'll play it as either. It is exhausting, but it's also exhausting, like, being worried that it's gonna happen. Because I'm sure, like, most girls would love to just be like, yeah, okay, because what ruins relationships a lot is like jealousy or past trauma, and it's hard to let that go. And it's hard to let go of things from one relationship and go into another. And when you're meeting someone new, it's hard to just only see that person as new all the time. Especially if someone has been continuously screwed over. And this isn't just me. This isn't like my story, but I just in general from even what I've seen, like if someone does that, then, you know, when they try to go into new relationships, they have these walls up and they're not even able to meet people. And, you know, we all have our own reasons of why it's not working. So, oh, yeah, I showed that in my story, but I'm going to say it for the podcast, too. I don't have an Insta. This is in quotes. I don't have an Insta, only Snap and phone number. She said, boy, let me see your family. So, yeah, I do agree not having an Instagram is kind of a red flag. No, it's a red flag. I agree. I feel like you should be able to have an Instagram. And I feel like I'm going to have people who disagree with that. Maybe not, because this is on Instagram. So, like, everyone here is like, yeah, you should have an Instagram. But I feel like when I share this on YouTube or on Spotify, I'm going to get hate messages. But I feel like Instagram, like, everybody has one. Even if it's not, I don't know. Because I've heard so many stories. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. Hold on, stretching. I'm going to let you guys go soon, I promise. Story time, though, real fast. I have heard stories of guys, like, having full-on, like, wives and kids. And they have, like, Instagram, like, with their wife and kids, and they don't know, like, they just say, oh, I don't have Instagram, or they keep it private. And then they have girlfriends and stuff. It's just wild. Okay, our filtered pictures, which we talked about, was mentioned again. And I agree 200%. Do you know if there's sometimes guys, wait, if a guy asks for my Snapchat, sometimes I will, no, yeah. Yeah, sometimes. I like Snapchat for, like, people who I genuinely, like, want to talk to regularly. Like, my Snapchat's, like, we cool. Like, we're pretty cool. I've had that happen, Secret Life. That's crazy. Like, seriously, it's crazy how common it is. You should come on here and talk to me about it. Yeah, same. Same for the long distance relationships. They're hard. They're not fun. Okay. I have a couple more questions and then I'm going to let you guys go. When you message someone a well thought out message and they read it but don't reply. This is so circumstantial because, like, I want to read the message now. But I do feel like there's going to be a reason why someone doesn't respond. Whether it be that they're not interested like they thought, or, you know, and that sucks, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I don't know why they would match, though. if I read a message that I think is well thought out or that I feel like I should respond to, I will. Always. On any platform. Like, anyone who wants to reach out to me about anything, like, I read all of my messages. I read them all. Not on Facebook dating. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. There's way too many. I'll try to scroll through them sometimes, but like on Instagram, I will always at least read them. But if I feel like you're not genuine or I'm not interested in having a conversation or like for whatever reason I don't want you in my life, I'm not gonna respond. And that's not like it's for like me. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but it's like my space, so I'm not that sorry, actually. All right, no genuine connection. Hard to decipher what's real and true. Yeah, gosh, I feel bad for people that feel that way. I will say I am in such a different headspace, a different mind space that like other people's like I don't think I could be hurt again. And I say that, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Oh my God. But like, it's just me, Moose. It's just me, Moose. I love myself so much that like, if someone wants to be inconsistent or someone doesn't want to be like 100% what I need, then I'm like, bye, like peace out. So I do like, I feel bad for people who want that genuine connection and they're like, no matter where I go, I can't find it. Because I think ultimately that true connection is like within yourself and people don't really completely understand that. But happiness, like once you're truly happy, you can find happiness. And like, if I met somebody that I thought I could enjoy life with, like would I give it a try? Yeah, I would. But it'd have to be like, they have to be so in the moment with me too, you know? And it's just like, I don't even know where that exists. I'm not in a rush to find anything either. Just something's going to meander my way and I'll be like, what up? So yeah. Oh wait, there's one more group section I can look at. And then I'm going to let you go, I promise. Oh no, did I look at this already? Most of the time when I have responded back, they never respond. So why should I continue trying? That could be a vicious circle. If everyone just stops trying, then everyone stops trying. But I encourage people to try to meet people in person because especially if you're going to be out in the summer. I mean, if you're looking for like a long distance where you're both like traveling, that's great. Like I would do something like that. But, like find someone where you can live your own life. Like always live your own life the best that you possibly can. And then find something that fits that. So if someone doesn't respond to you, like, okay, you know, like, okay. I mean, like, I'm sure people, like, there's people who I don't respond to. And, like, you can be like that to me, you know? And that's fine. That's how you feel. You're allowed to feel that way. And that's kind of where you don't owe me like that shirt that I have for our podcast that says I don't owe you a response. That's kind of where that comes from because it's like they don't have to respond to you, right? You're reaching out to them. They have that option. And if they don't, and that hurts your feelings, then you don't have to do it again. Don't respond to something nasty because that's stupid. But like, you know, just go about your life. And if, you know, maybe you only said, hey, you're like, you know, always be careful on doubling, but, you know, maybe make sure your first message is meaningful. And if it's not, or if it is and they still don't respond, then like, whatever. That's not a connection that you were meant to have. And that might suck in the moment, but like, there's so many other connections to be made, you know, like, fuck that. Bye. So that's how I feel about that. Okay. Oh, there's a couple more. Sorry. Oh my God, it's almost been a full hour. All right, not on an app, but one thing we all need to realize is, oh no, nosy response. That's funny. I just covered that. Okay, and then, oh yeah, copy and pasting original lines. Okay. That's everything. Thank you guys for hanging out with me all tonight. I'm going to try to get the audio up as soon as possible for my Spotify listeners and get this up on YouTube too, even though I'm like a mess. I'm a hot mess all the time. That's fine. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Yeah. So thanks for being here. I love you guys so much. And if you guys want to be on the podcast, please message me, or there's a link in my bio where you can like click to be a guest and it like selects you to pick a day. It's super fun. Okay. I love you guys. Bye. Bye.